Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild were so good that they may have set the format for Zelda for a while. The series producer of Zelda, Eiji Aonuma, recently said, and I quote, "We've arrived at Breath of the Wild and the new type of more open play and freedom that it affords. Yeah, I think it's correct to say that it has created a new kind of format for the series to proceed from. In other words, every new Zelda game is gonna be just like Breath of the Wild, okay, bye-bye." When I first heard this quote, I really got to thinking, like, what are they doing? Are they gonna just make the same game over and over again with different power sets? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Anyway, say what you will about Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, it's my opinion that Link handles really well in those games. Link handles well. He's a car. For starters, we can rely on these future unannounced Zelda games to be utilizing the core physics of Breath of the Wild. This includes how Link moves through the world, the way the combat functions. So now let's talk about what I think are going to be one of the two ways that the next Zelda game is going to work. Of course, there's probably a third correct way, but if you really look at things, I'm pretty sure this is the direction they're going to take it. Option A is one in which Zelda just becomes a game that is Breath of the Wild with different powers and different areas to explore each time. I thought it was extremely clever and also a little safe for Tears of the Kingdom to basically be Breath of the Wild with different areas to explore and different powers. There was a lot of familiarity and then also all of this new stuff that we could have never imagined. But the downside to this is if you're somebody who's just looking for a straightforward adventure, this ain't it. It's a great game and you're not gonna have a bad time playing it, but there are certain people out there who just want a straightforward experience that sort of holds your hand through it. I'm personally not a huge fan of being on a set path, but there was something nice about knowing which dungeons you could and couldn't go to in other Zelda games. That's still sort of true in Tears of the Kingdom, but you can definitely find your way around most places pretty early in the game. Option B is actually what I think I'd like to see in the next Zelda game, and that is a combination of the openness that Breath of the Wild created with some of the linearity that made Zelda Ocarina of Time the game that everybody loved. We're keeping those core mechanics that Breath of the Wild established, but now we're going to add in a lot of dungeons and things that we're going to explore in a more structured way. I don't think this means we should have puzzles that have one fixed outcome, but I do think that it would be really fun to have a more segmented area to explore over a longer period of time. It took me a few play sessions to get through some temples when I was younger playing Zelda Ocarina of Time, the water temple being the most notorious example. It was kind of nice to know that I was working on this one area in this one dungeon for a day or 2 days at a time. All of this being said, I obviously want them to maintain that level of exploration and creativity and wonder that Breath of the Wild brought back to Zelda. So while I would love some more rigidity, I think they really need to ensure that they include that creative exploration because, in my opinion, that makes the entire series what it is. That's what made the original Zelda so different and enjoyable, and I think it's what's going to keep the series fresh and fun for years to come. Obviously, the next full Zelda game is a long ways away. We don't even have the DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, which I really hope we're getting. But I am interested in hearing what you have to say about this, because I do know that there are some people that weren't super happy to see Breath of the Wild again as Tears of the Kingdom. Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you want to support my channel, make sure you subscribe and you have notifications on. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying Tears of the Kingdom, and I will see you in the next video.